guys, today I wanted to talk about textures that bother me. You know, clothes tag, they've bothered me since I was young. I've gotten a little better with time, learning to be okay with it because I still want to know where my clothes are from. Then I can remember the brands that work well for me. But the thing about that is sometimes there are tags that I just can't have because it's very uncomfortable. So I still have to remove it, right? So I think I'm very particular with textures that I can feel around me, on my body. When I say around me, it's like, let's say if I were to go to a restaurant to eat and the table's kind of like sticky, right? I really am not okay with that. I don't like that. It bothers the hell out of me. So if the table sucks, I'll rush my meal and get out of there. I think it's a very funny thing because we can't be so sanitized, right? From all these different quirks that we might have. I think over the years, it's gotten a lot better. My family really could not deal with me. They felt like I was very picky, I was very difficult. I could not even stand eating in a hawker center. I prefer not to. I'd rather tap on my food or order Grab food just because of the environment also. Like, it's too noisy for me. It's too sticky, too grimy, too many people. Very overwhelming. I think at this season of my life, what I'm trying to do is still be okay with being sensitive without distancing myself from all these things. So I think one of the reasons why, even though I have the inclination to go to a country to stay and have it be within and around nature, like let's say in Bali, and why I don't act on that is because I don't want to be so energetically sanitized, if you know what I mean. I want to be okay with being exposed to all these things. Now, for example, when it comes to Wi-Fi gives me a certain texture, like I can feel it within a space. There's a very weird buzz that comes with it and I can feel it. It's overly sensitive. And I don't have Wi-Fi in my home for that reason, because I can't rest well like that. For me, it's like, okay, at least I'm staying within the CBD area. There's still Wi-Fi around me, but within my own space. There isn't Wi-Fi. So just a brief example of how I do things so that I'm not too energetically sanitized. I thought I'd share that because I feel like a lot of people who are working on purging things out of their life, living environments and cultures that feel misaligned would relate to this. We can't cut it out entirely, and sometimes we have to cut it out in that moment in our life because it's too overwhelming. It's really not okay for our nervous system. But if you want to grow and develop as a person, you have to be able to stretch your energetic, emotional, mental bandwidth and the bandwidth of your nervous system within a healthy means. So if it's manageable, we can do it. We don't want to cut it out. We can't look for everything to be perfect immediately. You have to be able to slowly move towards what is most ideal, not be too distant from the reality of most environments and situations lah. So just a little blabber ramble. I'm going to have a Zoom call today, and then I'll be heading to see maybe the Christmas lights with my friend, basically to hang with her and her dog. We'll see if I record anything from that. If I don't, then we'll just leave it at here. Talk to you guys soon. It's the day after I hung out with my friend and a cute little dog and her mom and her helper. I felt like that was the first time in years I actually did not feel guilty slowing down. It's just about 4-ish, 5 actually. And I haven't really done much besides laying in bed. This is really the first time I don't feel guilty laying in bed. I feel guilty when I'm sick. I feel guilty when I'm having my day off, knowing that I can be a lot more productive, putting time and energy into my business. I feel like this is the first for me in my life, which is quite interesting to think about, because if you've lived close to 30 years, how could that be the case? To not feel guilty for resting. But I think with how the world functions, it's so hard not to think in that manner. I've learned that productivity and efficiency is so important, just witnessing the way that my father functions growing up. Oh my god, am I not supposed to talk about Papa? So I thought that was just an interesting reflection that came about. I am going to shower, get dressed in comfy PJs that I actually wear out, see what I feel like doing. I'm not gonna rush to plan, which will be quite interesting to experience. Hope you guys would enjoy all these like mini reflections, and I know it's meant to speak to the small handful of you who watch it. I know a lot of you don't interact with my posts, which is totally fine. I'm just happy to know that you guys receive what you're meant to, and it's always nice to hear months after you've interacted with a content or watched it, how it plays out in your own life and how it supported you. Yeah, we'll see how my day day goes. I'm really hungry right now actually. I'm ready to eat my first meal. I eat my first meal at the end of the day because I realize I don't need much energy. I'm not that physically active. I get into stretching and all of that, and of course the vessel needs food to function. But I also realize that if I eat a lot, I can't channel as well, and the clarity that I want in my mind sometimes don't come through. So ideas flow really well when I am not full or filled with food or digesting. Something that's been working out for me the last close to 2 years. On days where I can, I try to eat at least 2 meals a day. At dinner time and then one closing into bedtime and before I wind down for the evening. I have nothing else to add. We'll see how this content gets edited over time. I'm in my PJs, so I look like shit, but this is my dinner. I usually get 1.5 servings or 2 servings for myself because that's what's enough for me. I'm actually really happy I didn't do much. My friend came over and delivered a bouquet of flowers from me. Thank you, Kara. We had a chat, we got to catch up and got a little bit of lipstick on because I don't want to look dead even when I'm home alone. Haha. So that's just it.